Temperatures up towards the 50-degree mark. Heads out of
Hello and welcome to the MotoGP Free Practice 2 here in Qatar. It will be a 30-minute session which has started 1 minute ago, so running a bit behind since you might notice that I am not Joshua Birch, I am Megan Birch, and due to the amount of series that are on this weekend, I am the one who is in charge of leading MotoGP FP2 and part of qualifying, which is right up after Free Practice 2. So it's a bit here, there and everywhere this weekend, so bear with us all if we all seem like panicked messes, because honestly that is how it feels. Right, so free practice has started. People all seem to be improving quite well on their lap times. Only 2 people have not really got much data for them yet because they've only just come out on the track, one of which being Quartararo, who is only halfway through Sector 1, though everyone seems to be improving. Oh, Marc Marquez has not made it through Sector 1 either. So those two, we still need a bit more clarification what they're doing, getting first lap times in for initial ones. Obviously they're all a bit slower, having to really look into the screen now because of how small the writing is. And I've said it before on commentary, I really struggle reading white writing for some reason because it is just, it's not in my brain capacity for some reason. Right, oh, we're getting a look at World Superbikes as well, which happened yesterday in free practice, which actually Joshua is just over there for me doing, I think this, actually, there in Assen. Yeah, and it's, well, I won't spoil it. I don't know what exactly they're doing. It's either a race or a qualifying. I think it's a race. Do they have sprints? Race 1. Okay, Dad says it's race 1 of them, so I won't spoil it. It's on right at this moment, so you've got your pick of motorbikes right now. So 26, almost 27 minutes left to go of this session, and we should be getting in about a minute's time the actual first timings in, which is always so frustrating because you see people doing certain times at the start and you think, oh yay, this is the start, though it's not, because should be getting those soon. I think the first person's time we will get will be Johan Zarco. Actually, it might be able to go because I think they came out of the pit lane at the exact same time. So we'll get them to having their times come through first. That's if one of them doesn't crash, knowing me and things. Right, so first times coming in about 20 seconds faster they are doing around the circuit. It's not as quick as yesterday.
There's an installation lap, isn't there?
Yeah, so they can warm up the tyres.
And then you start your time.
Yeah, but they're usually a lot quicker. Yeah, Acosta's really gone up there, though. Given his performance recently, I don't expect the same performance in the race qualifying or the sprint, which honestly is really sad for Acosta, I think, because he is really a very good rider, but for some reason I don't think he's really agreeing with the bike itself this season, so hopefully he finds some common ground within the races.
With a clean slate, you're open. The back chatters a bit. Yeah, that's what it's always done when that's how it feels. A little bit like Pedro last year on the KTM. Straight away, get those podiums. Whilst Brad Binder, who
yeah, you do.
I think's amazing, was battling for 7th and crashing a lot.
Yeah, rookies always do really great first year, and then I think for some reason it just goes a bit down for next year because they've got used to the new bike, and it just takes a little bit of time for them to get reacquainted. Next time
also,
should be
he's
coming.
Not on the best of bikes, is he?
No, he isn't. Binder, however, is making quite good use of the bike that they have both been put onto, and next times are coming up, and we're seeing a lot faster sector times here from everyone. I mean, Zarko has done 2 red sector times and a orange one, so 2 fastest and 1 definite personal best sector time, so I reckon he might go up quite to the top. And again, Binder and Bsky are also having the exact same things, as well as Alex Marquez further down. Zarko goes top with a 1:52. Oh, yellow flag out on the track. Who is that? That is Alex Marquez, just as I say his name. Gone down sector 4, which corner is that? He's gone right into the gravel, and here's a replay of what happened. Just lost the front completely. And the bike just kind of slides directly away from him. He didn't even look like he was trying to hold on to the bike. That's how smoothly the bike came away from Alex Marquez. And I'm not exactly sure what corner that is, but it has just ruined a lot of people's lap times. I think the only person who might have got away with that was Zarko and Binder, who have gone ahead of Acosta. Alex Marquez walking back now towards the gravel. Can he grab his second bike? I'm not sure that... I think he can actually grab his second bike because it is only free practice, and I suppose it's good that he's done that now instead of in the qualifying session. But yellow flag still remains out, so people should really just not really try that hard with all of the lap times, because it's just going to get deleted anyway. Here are more deletions for the lap times.
He was ejected from the seat.
Yeah.
Than, you know, that suggests that it was some kind of stop of some kind on one of the wheels.
It's like his bike just...
It didn't turn
it's the
round,
front
did it?
of it.
When the bike slid,
He was
rather
going...
than turning round. When you lose the front end and you've still got rear grip, it flips it over. And it didn't.
Yeah,
so
his bike didn't flip when going into the gravel. It did look quite strange, because as he was going round the corner, that is... Usually you see a flip with going round corners and then losing it. Yeah, like you say. But it didn't do that. It just went straight on. Maybe it's because there was so much tarmac stopping it. Yeah, he just completely slipped off. And getting the new sector times in, which honestly, they might all be deleted directly after, given that the yellow flag has only just gone in, just as they were all finishing their sector times for sector 4, and it was in that sector, so they may get written up, they may not, they may see it as like a you can have it anyway type of thing, since the bike is off of the actual circuit and Alex is not on the circuit. Going wide there for one of the VR46s, not sure who that was, want to say Bsky, and it's could be Morbidelli, but I'm pretty sure that no, wait, not Bsky, Dijantonio. I'm still not used to the fact that Dijantonio and Bsky aren't teammates anymore. It's still getting used to the fact that Morbidelli is his teammate. But that must have been Dijantonio, because I do not believe that Morbidelli is actually in that sector. So that would have been Dijantonio. So looking at Marc Marquez right now, he is 900ths up on the time that Acosta has set, and goes fastest with a 1:52.453. That is 2.5 tenths faster than Pedro Acosta's time, and that is about almost 4 tenths faster than Zarco's time. So getting the good times in there. Is that Alex Marquez? Yeah, it's Alex coming back. I'm guessing he's about to get checked out by the medical team, possibly, or going to change his suit.
He always walks like that.
Like he's just been hit in the leg by a chair.
Yes. It's probably an old injury from his career.
Possibly. He did start walking really strangely after that crash, so I'm guessing he might have accidentally hit himself on the wheel. I don't know. That's a bit dangerous here. That was Acosta getting blocked by, I believe that might have been, who is he right next to? I believe that was, I want to say, who's in that sector? Might have been Chantra, actually, because they are quite in that sector. So it's not Mark. Oh, it could have been Acosta. Wait, no, he was the one getting crossed, wasn't he? You see, you cannot tell with how similar all the bikes are because so many of them are actually red at the moment. And it is so trippy when it comes to certain things and a bit of movement in the back of the commentary box. Right, so 19 minutes to go, 11 minutes into the session. Looking, oh, there's a yellow flag again. Who is that? Who is that? I cannot tell. That's in Sector 2, however. So let's... No one's in Sector 2. Oh, wait. Yes, there is. Ralph Fernandez was in Sector 2, but no one else is in Sector 2. Immediately it goes... It's not yellow anymore.
For some debris on the circuit.
It could be. Either that or Raul almost had a moment. Or did have a moment and then stopped the moment. So... That's going to ruin whoever sector times was in that area. But I only think it was Raul in that area at that time. So Raul's definitely not going to have a great sector time. He's not going that fast anyway. He might be coming just out of the pit lane for some reason.
By the way, World Superbike sounds really exciting at the moment.
Yes, it does.
There's no soundproofing between these two places.
Yeah, so we can hear... You can possibly hear in the background what is going on. That's... I want to say that's Bagnaia. Going on the back. Is it Bagnaia?
I know they've
I'm
changed
just
things.
searching. No, it can't be Bagnaia because it's Mark.
Does
Bagnaia's in pits.
FP2 really count for anything, or is it the...
It counts for practice. Oh, that was a moment there in turn 3 for Marc Marquez. Almost lost it going round turn 3.
Do we already know the people in Q2 then?
Yes, we do. We knew that in FP1. This is like a practice for qualifying, basically. And that moment was very well saved there from Marc Marquez because the back seemed to have just like buckled and almost threw him off like he was riding a horse. Here's a different view of it. Back almost buckles and he almost has quite a wobble round turn 3, and he seemed getting watched by his teammate Bagnaia, who seems to just have given up halfway through the session. Not even halfway through, though I'm sure he'll go out of the pit lane now that Mark is in the pit lane. Looking at bsky right now, who is almost 7 tenths down on the time of Marc Marquez's time. And Aldeguer's only 2 tenths down, which honestly is good for the new rider, and I think he was F2 champion, was he not? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Oh, did he come up from F3? I'm not sure. It all mixes into one, and is that Mark planning out his attack strategy? Yes, it is. It's like, where did that go wrong? And for some reason, he seems to be holding his right wrist. He better not have done anything to it. Yeah, but he did have that moment in turn 3, so he is going to have to look at what caused that. Currently looking at Quartararo here, and it's... Okay, it has been better. So let's look at Quartararo here. Quartararo has had numerous problems with his bike over the past few races, especially with the ride height and it being secure. So I don't know what's going on with him. I'm seeing occasional glimpses of it when he goes around corners and he then comes up, like just then. The ride height came up. It's not meant to do that.
What do you say is that something about the ride height going for next year?
Honestly, that is probably the best thing because the ride height really annoys me.
Especially at the start when it doesn't go back up.
Yeah, we've had that with, I think Mark had that last year. Mark or Bagnaia. Yeah, it's been causing numerous problems, especially within the past year itself though. Quartararo, it doesn't seem to be affecting him too badly, but it's definitely inconvenient. As I say that, he goes wide round, I want to say that was turn 3. So, where is he? Yeah, it would have been. Yeah, we're all in the pits. It's cool down period. And then they've got to actually strategize how they can keep up and actually get top.
It is essentially another mass damper, which we believe Ducati have a semi-active one in the seat unit. This one isn't actually active, but it's mass.
Yeah, like that mistake there when he almost fell off at turn 3. There,
density of the material
falling off.
is a good conductor of the vibration, so it actually takes the vibration out of the bike, and it has proven to work. You did use it in Moto2 quite a lot with the Calix machine. But it's the first time we've seen it on MotoGP.
Speaking of Marquez's, there's Alex.
Bring a lot of chatter and vibration across the classes.
Skill and being a world champion a lot of times. Alex seems to have, yeah, he has changed his, like, he's changed his overall. So it was turn 15 he went down, and yeah, you're right. It does not flip, and from his point of view, it literally like it just jumps. It does literally eject him. Yeah, and he just did not get anything for that. And it happened during a corner, and here's another off by, I want to say that is actually, Bezzecchi then.
I'm assuming it doesn't because
It's Marini or Bezzecchi. It's one of them.
Do you know what's really special?
They have like really similar bikes for some reason. Well, looks.
So to get the opportunity to ride under the lights, it feels so different because
Bezzecchi's not related.
You can see is the track. You can see the edge of the track, you can see the curbs, but you can't see.
He used to be.
It almost feels like you're in a video game. It's a really unique, beautiful sensation.
And he used to be a part of the R46.
The only unusual part is the
until last year.
But you soon get used to that. You get,
yeah, he is definitely related. Which Rossi was actually here yesterday for free practice 1 and had got to see his brother in action. I think he finished at a decent point that Rossi would be happy with.
Not at all. Honestly, not at all.
Alex is leading the championship.
And I genuinely feel it, but some people have mentioned the odd ripple.
Will there be a stage in the season where it gets a bit frictious between them?
I think it already has.
On the Yamaha, one thing he did say about this weekend was they were not going to chop and change so much. He was hoping, trying to encourage the engineers. He said, I know we're developing, I know we're on approach to catch up, but you know, if you give me a bike in a base setup at the start of the weekend,
friendly competition.
I'll evolve with it, I'll change myself, I'll work around it. And I think he just wants to just go out there and ride. They're caught between a rock and a hard place, aren't they?
Oh, there's Alex coming out of the pit lane and seems to be stretching his back, it seemed. So, yeah, I think it's good that there's friendly competition and it's not just like aggressive competition, because then you can have respect for the person you are competing with the most, a lot more. So everyone seems quite friendly with each other, with the riders, most of the time when they're not pushing each other off.
I'm so impressed with
or Miller having arguments with people.
In 17 fastest, just 1.2 seconds off. Is what is he?
And he must be really.
Marco Bezzecchi, who's had all pre-season.
Oh, Quartararo! I was right. That did go up during turn 1. Turn 1 is a menace because it's the hardest braking point, so it's really going to put a lot of pressure on the bike itself, and that ride height is just causing so many problems for Quartararo this year, and it seems to only really be affecting his bike, so it's obviously something in that bike setup that is causing such problems that even when he changes to his second bike, he has the same problems. So I think he needs to change his personal setup, because he keeps jumping up and down when he's braking extremely hard and about to go around corners, and it's really causing issues. And what? There's some really weird stretches going on in the Marquez family. I mean, we've got Alex standing up doing stretches, and Mark for some reason is pretending to be a tortoise.
Yeah, when it's about getting into your muscles and your body ready for the things. When they're on a fast lap, they're virtually the legs are behind like a frog, and their torso is flat against the petrol tank.
Tour de France.
They're trying to keep their head up enough to stare through the window while they're doing nothing. They're amazing, really.
Well, at least it's not like last thing, because Mark ended up having no window.
In Formula 1, it's the opposite. You're laying on your back.
It would be remarkable.
They've got to have neck problems.
To get through to
Oh!
G-force is here, though, against the bike and the person. Right.
Has Jack Miller's bike got more purple?
What I mean is that affects the flow, their flow around the track. Whereas in Formula 1, the G-forces
go around
the person don't really. The car's got various different things to protect itself from the G-forces.
With them, they're just ragdolled. You should have seen Jack Miller yesterday. He got up and then just fell immediately back down again. Also, his bike has got more purple. I don't know how, but it's got more purple since yesterday.
You look at this man who's never been a qualifier.
It's probably had it repainted.
Always found it difficult to put a one-off lap together. But he's the man you want for race. Always goes forward. Really
I need that clip of him ragdolling, just like on like repeat, because it was actually quite funny. I mean, I know he just crashed into the gravel quite dramatically, but he got up and then just immediately fell back down again. I just find it quite funny, and he was okay, so it's fine to find it funny. 8 minutes left of the session. Yeah. Right, I'm going to read you through the times while I still can, and they're all just starting to get on the up laps. Right. Currently, Marc Marquez is top with a, well, it says an 8-minute 56, and that's not true. With a 1:52.256, followed by Acosta with a 1:52.690, and then Zarco in third. The top three have not moved in a long time in the session. About 20 minutes, I would say, they haven't moved, with a 1:52.825. Then it's D'Antonio, Binder. Oh, and Rins actually breaks through that top three just now, going into third with a 1:52.730. Then pushing Zarco down to fourth, and D'Antonio fifth. Sixth, Binder, Quartararo seventh, Marini eighth, ninth is Vinales, Bagnaia is 10th, Alex Marquez is 11th, Martin is 12th, 13th is Bezzecchi, Aldeguer is 14th, Mir is 15th, and I've just seen someone move at the top, but I'm going to keep telling you this order. Morbidelli is 16th, Iogura is 17th, Bastianini is 18th, 19th, Miller, Fernandez, Augusto is 20th, Ralph Fernandez is 21st, and Chantra is 22nd. And that was Vinales going up into second position with a 1:52.504. New times coming in a lot more now. Iogura seems to be getting quite a good time. I'm going to predict about 10th. Oh, no, I was wrong. It was going into 5th then with a 1:52.798. And also, has Augusto Fernandez just creeped back into MotoGP or something? Because I could have sworn he left. Because I remember Joshua saying that I wouldn't have to differentiate between Raul and Augusto anymore by just saying the first names. There he's back. Yellow flag, sector 1 with 6 minutes to go. That's going to ruin everyone's fastest laps that they have literally just started to get, as Morbidelli does a 1:53.022. Where does that put Morbidelli? Puts him into 13th place, and the yellow flag has been rescinded now, though don't know what that was about. I'm guessing it was debris. Don't know who from. Either that or someone's just gone really, really wide. Alex Marquez seems to be doing quite well. Just about to cross the line, and he goes up into second with a 1:52.278. Zarco has his time increasing about 300ths off of Mark's time, though where can he go? That is third with a 1:52.393. 5 minutes left to go of free practice 2 before qualifying begins, which I will probably be taking you through qualifying 1, and then Joshua Birch will probably come in for that, so I can go keep an eye on the other. I think I'll be keeping an eye on F1, not sure. Bezzecchi goes up into 5th with a 1:52.634, and I think Marquez is going to improve on his own time, given he's just done 2 red sector times in sectors 2 and 3. That was a lot of talking.
Martin's improved again. He's 15 fastest, only 0.8 off the fastest.
No, I can't turn my microphone off, and I'm getting really close to the screen. Oh, that is Mark having his lap time properly ruined. Oh, is it not Mark? Is it Bagnaia? Because that was in Bagnaia's section, so Bagnaia is not really going to have a great day. No, I was right. It was Mark going right onto the gravel. Why did it show Bagnaia's pit box then? Which also, if you flip their numbers, they're the same numbers. Probably, after his win last time out. Also, if you think about it, if you flip Bagnaia and Marquez's numbers, they can turn into each other's numbers. I've been thinking about that very hard. There is Alex Marquez going top of the session with a 1:52.109. That is 1.5 tenths faster than Mark's time. So the younger brother improving on the elder brother, and that is a lot of looking down at the. Why is he looking so concerned? Yeah, it is, and he seems to be doing a lot better with his arm today compared to yesterday. Though, why was he looking so concerned at the dash? I don't think he's happy with the setup. He just shook his head. So that explains why he's not doing as well as he usually does, especially with an injury to the arm. We can't expect him to be perfect with his riding straight away.
On this bike over 3 rounds and all the pre-season tests, I think. Jorge Martin's showing his metal right now, showing what he's capable of. We can't wait to see him back to full fitness.
Turn slightly and put back in.
We were talking about top speeds earlier. We saw
he did it twice.
There's 10 kilometers.
He did it twice as well. Do you know how he injured his arm the second time?
But these are quick.
He opened a door. He did not listen to advice and just decided, do you know what, I'm going to open this door. Oh no, I can't race again. How he did that.
I do think you're right in terms of the tailwind. I think that's what it is now, because we've seen a number of people just like
he used his bad shoulder to open a door. Yeah. Do you know how Martin did his hand? I'm pretty sure he dropped a weight on it. I'm not completely sure, but I'm pretty sure I remember Joshua saying that it was a weight that dropped on it. Either that or the World Championship trophy. That would be so ironic, and yet I kind of want that to happen to someone, though also I'm not going to wish bad luck on someone, so. 1 minute, well 1.5 minutes left to go of the session.
Whenever you go in, there's a tailwind pushing everyone down, and there's some opportunities to make some passes.
Yeah, I do. And what was that popping up then?
Mark is again in that first sector. Quickest, he's had a number of those where he's quick in sector 1 and it just goes away from him as the lap goes on. Here's Quartararo.
That was so funny. Quartararo goes into 3rd. Obviously, his problem's sorted or something. Yeah, that was so funny when Mark almost fell off. I could replay these moments. I just want it to be one big blooper reel of chaos.
Yesterday evening, anyway.
Then again, as we all know, I like chaos when it comes to motorsport. Quartararo went 3rd with a 1:52.356. So obviously that ride height seems to not be too bad this time out, because it has been quite bad for past previous races. So hopefully it is getting fixed and not causing too much problems, only when he's really in a high braking zone, which is turn 1. Which he can recover from quite quickly, I would say. Morbidelli goes into 11th for 1:52.781. 30 seconds left of the session. Mark is 2 tenths faster than his previous time, going into a 1:51.877. Welcome to the 1:51s for this session. It only took us half an hour. Right, so people are not really improving that much. I would say only a few improvements we might get, and those are definitely not going to be into first position, given Mark's just covered that even more than before. We might get an improvement from Aldegur. He might. I'm going to say about 12th. He might go into.
Checkered flag.
Yeah. Checkered
You
flag is waved, and here are final times. And I was wrong. 7th for Aldegur, going into 7th with a 152.513, and one of the first 3 people to cross the flag now. So we're getting those final times in. Ralph Fernandez might improve. Now he might go 12th. I'm really gunning for someone to go 12th today. I don't know why, but I just get a feeling because Raul has not had the bestest of weekend so far. No, we're not. I keep telling people off of that. And Ralph Fernandez only moves up 1 position into 18th, so that's not exactly a good weekend for him. I don't think this track really suits him. I think he also might need to change up his setup because it's not really working for him, it appears. He used to be really quick last year, and then all of a sudden this year isn't as fast and into the top 10s and possibility of being top of sessions during qualifying.
At least one thing, it's not just the pattern.
Yeah, it's got a lot more mix to it this year. Unfortunately, it is a Marquez, either way.
It's nice to see that.
Here's a replay of turn 3. Is this turn 3 again?
Look at how far he's leaning.
No wonder he almost fell off.
His knee and his elbow.
No wonder he almost fell off if he was so far down. We're getting multiple replays of this, but we haven't got a single explanation for 2 of the yellow flags.
The one that gets lower.
Martin sorted that last year. Right, so I'll take you through the session results now. And yes, I'm going to get really close to the camera because I can't read it otherwise. Right, Marc Marquez tops the session with a 151.877. Alex Marquez is second with a 152.109. Quartararo is third with a 152.356. So we're doing practice starts for the moment. Fourth is Zarco. Costa is fifth. Vinales is sixth. Seventh is Aldegur. Eighth is Bezecchi. Ayagura is 9th, Rins is 10th, Bagnaia is in 11th, didn't see much from him today, Morbidelli is 12th, 13th is D'Antonio, Binder is 14th, Marini is 15th, Martin is 16th, Mir is 17th, Fernandez, Ralva is in 18th, 19th is Bastronini, Jack Miller is in 20th, Augusto Fernandez in 21st, and 22nd is Chantra. And right, that is it for this. That is it for today for the MotoGP Free Practice 2. We're about to go over into qualifying for qualifying 1 and qualifying 2. So please do join us for that. Just next up, within the next 5 minutes actually we're going on there. So thank you for watching. Please also go look at the other streams on JB Motorsports and here on JB Motorsports too. Thank you. Goodbye.